Hello and welcome. Oh, it's been a long time since I've recorded for PC, and you can see here I'm doing a game that you all have not seen. This is Dwarf Fortress. Now, I heard about this game a while ago, and decided, you know what, I think I'll look into it, and maybe I'll learn to play it. And it became a very quick, what's the word I'm looking at? Obsession, perhaps is the word. And I'm still finding myself drawn back to it every so often. So this is the current world I'm working on. Now, I have made so many different worlds. I have about 8 I carry with me to work now. I have 7 more I'm working on at home. This is the one I'm currently working on at home, because I take it to work and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to fix more in this. This is the last thing I did was set up this room. It is a bunch of different workshops and whatnot, so you can build things. Now, you'll hear different sounds in the background. That is the DLC pack over here. Now, there's different ways you can learn to play or play with this game. I happen to get the starter pack, which is called the Lazy Noob Pack. And since then, I've learned from YouTube videos on how to play this game. And it's so complicated that you kind of take a long time learning it. Over here we have the Dwarf Therapist, which allows you to set labors for different dwarves. Oh, I was trying to roll down, but wrong window. These are all the different things you can have a dwarf do. You can see the whole long list there. I am slowly learning how to control this a little bit better. On several of my last playthroughs, I was carefully managing what hulling things they would do. On this one, I decided to just say they do everything apart from my miners, who usually I want them mining right away because I'm trying to do stuff and I just haven't gotten enough picks yet. So that's been a struggle on this world. Another thing is I decided I really wanted to challenge this time, so I made sure I played with drainage and rivers and everything else underneath the ground. So if you ever go through this fortress with me, oh, we've got some fun stuff. Alright, so the main thing you want to know is dwarves will dig, and so you can have a multi-layered fortress. Now, if you're watching the right-hand side here, it shows you where you are based off where the ground level is and how far deep you are. Now, that is a bit hard to see a lot of the time, but I want that open at all times. But it's a bit hard to see all that, and so I'm going to try to maybe zoom in a little bit. Maybe. Come on. There we go, okay. Kind of pain. Anyway, it's mostly done through keyboard, this game, and so I keep catching myself trying to use a mouse to do things, and it's not that easy. But in this world, I wanted to make sure that my dwarves were all about, chopping down trees and building things. So you'll see me have a lot of wood, which is not normal for this type of game. By the way, here's where I'm doing a lot of my dormitories, so people have rooms. I'm going to be making a medical wing right here. There are some minor craft areas here, and then I have a couple farm plots all around. I think I was going to be digging another one down here somewhere. I'm not quite sure where I had it planned. It doesn't matter because my game crashed, and that was kind of the end of that idea. We're going to really quickly cancel this. Just notice I had that there. Alright, so if you see these gray areas with the lines, that is a stockpile. It allows you to tell your dwarves, hey, I want you to put such and such items in your stockpile here. And you can set stockpiles to include multiple items, like I think this one is just, yeah, this one's just bars and blocks. This one over here is stone. When I first moved into this area, I quickly dug out the cliff face and had to put everything in right here. And so you see all this junk just piled up, and I don't want that either. Currently, most people are living out of the dormitory here, which I'm later going to have as just a workers' dormitory. And over here, I'm planning to do a barracks for my military. In the meantime, people are living out of beds outside, because I first, built a wall here to defend myself, and then started mining. The main challenge I set for myself was I only brought copper bars and 1 thing of charcoal, so I could actually start making industry in a forge. I wanted to make sure that I could eventually have a pick, and I had the stuff to make picks, but I didn't want them to be like that right away. I wanted to build straight off the bat. And so build I did, even though it is very... Oh, it's lame. It's really bad. I do plan to make more here, and I'm going to do kind of a gargoyles around the outside. That's my plan. I'm just putting up statues, really, that's all. I finally have a trade area, and because of all the trouble I had with this world, because I tried to build elsewhere, and that civilization collapsed because there was plenty of trees, but it was pitch cold, and I couldn't dig anywhere. And you really need to dig in this game. You can probably survive off the surface. I haven't learned how. Almost everything I do to feed my dwarves is done indoors. There's a lot of troubles with having that. What's going on here? Why are you on sweet pods if we don't have sweet pod? Huh. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. None of that. Okay, hold on. I'm guessing I need to start making some more stuff here, because that's just not working for me. Alright, so over here we have something that is very interesting. As this game progresses, you start to learn that dwarves like things and don't like things. Now, one of the main problems with it is dwarves hate miasma, or miasma, or however you want to say it. I keep changing up my mind how I want to say it today. And the main thing is this stuff comes from rotting and decomposing bodies. It's this purplish cloud, and so you have to make sure that miasma does not spread. And apparently there's a glitch in the game where it doesn't go through diagonals, so I made sure to put my butcher in here, and then anyone else who uses stuff from animals is right outside and can run and get it if they want or need to use it. And then I just constantly have him butchering up things and then leaving the trash in there. And I thought I had him set to take trash outside, but I think if we go look at this, yeah, this skeleton rotted away in here and never got dumped. So that was a little bit annoying. They should have done something with that. Huh. See, I don't really... I both want that in there and I don't want that in there. We're gonna block all, and then allow all, and then just remove these. Maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. But if you see these like little blackened areas right now, I've already told them to chop all of those things down, and if they're a plant, then they are to go gather it. And I think these are more plants than anything else. Yeah, radishes and whatnot. Those are dead radishes. But as I said, you know, as you go through this area, whole things got shut down because you couldn't dig any farther down. So let me see if I can show you. Anywhere you see a flashing blue, that is water. And so I can't dig that out without everything being flooded. Whole areas. And I did test it here, and it decided to flood my shaft. That sucked. And I really hate this because I really want these items. Turn that off. But I wanted those items because they are veins of, I want to say lignite or coal. Yeah, lignite. And that's how you can eventually make coke, so that you can start mining and smelting. So yeah, slowly learning through this game, and we're just going to kind of play for a little bit and add some more stuff. I just finished setting up all the workshops I wanted on this floor, and slowly you'll see my dwarves come around and move things. And I'm just going to make sure by going through here and around here that they are constructing what I want. And we'll see about that. You're inactive, so you're not even built yet. Nor you. Or the clothes makers or the weaving station. But are you guys doing what I want? Okay. Here are my smelters. We got I think this is the wood furnace. Over here is the regular smelter. And over here is a regular smelter, and then over here we have our metalsmith's forge, where I've started making actual picks that can be used for other things now. I think they just came out the last time I was playing. I had like 30 minutes to play. But over here we have our soap maker, we have an ashery and a kiln, and slowly those are going to be built up, and then I will be making gypsum plaster, so we actually have something for the hospital. Over here we have the last announcements that have been coming up. So these are all things that recently happened. And it'll even show you down here what the announcement date was. And you can look through it. I think I did move my army around, trying to make sure everyone was equipped. And I think that's what this was. I don't think I killed anything. Oh, I do need some more hematite for iron. That sucks. Anyway, we'll move through. Oh, mechanics. This is my wonderful dining hall. I'm using bauxite statues on the outside of the tables. Make it look nice. I think I made this an office for someone. Yeah, my manager. I've yet to actually engrave anything here. Let's do that, why not? Well, I've set the engraving, but it hasn't started yet. Hold up. Alt-M, there we go. Yep. Cool, but cool. And you'll notice I do have some pets here and there. In this game, cats cannot be a pet. I say that they eventually can be, but you can't make them a pet. Like, see, if I go to things like my kitchen, you can access all the animals I have here. And I can say, oh, this hen is available to become someone's pet. Where's the button? I thought it was that. Oh, there we go. And you'll see over here it says available. And you see over here, the cats are uninterested. And the change is that cats, according to the game developer, choose who they want to be their dwarf. They are not someone's pet, as in you can have them adopted. They will adopt the dwarf. So that was kind of interesting when I found that out. I was like, well, cats are useful at least in other ways. And yeah, in this game they will hunt any vermin that have access to your base. And so if I keep them by my food storage areas, they will usually protect all of that. In the meantime, outside my base I have a metric ton of turkeys, I would say. Eventually, at some point, these eggs are going to hatch. And then things get really crazy. And at some point here, my fishermen are going to prepare this fish. I want it done now. And a repeat. Stopping production of beds, which means I can go back upstairs. Oh good, things look like they're moving along down here. Have they finished putting out the beds yet? No, they haven't. And they're still digging out this area. Okay. I would like to build some doors. I don't have enough doors. How about some cabinets? Okay, no cabinets. How about some containers? Okay, I'm not giving you the bags. It's so complicated.